Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celebrity reading. This time it's a K-pop reading. It's on BLACKPINK. So if you haven't seen my last reading I did, I'll put a link to it up here. I think it was Jennie and V dating rumors. There's a lot of tea in there. So people are asking me to look at them because today marks their 7-year anniversary. And everyone is wondering if they're going to re-sign their contracts. So I'm going to pull a card for each of the girls and then go from there and see what happens. Remember, these readings are all edited for intent only. And let's get started. So remember, if you like the content, you can always join my YouTube memberships. There's a link down below that says join. There's a button that says join. And there's also, if you're on mobile, you won't see the button. So you'll have to click the description. And there's a link there that says join the memberships. There's a $5, $10, and $50 tier, and you get access to exclusive videos, pick cards. Membership gets potential readings that they can win from me as well. So, all right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick a card for each of the girls that you see in the picture here. So, Rosé, Lisa, Jisoo, and Jennie in that order. So let's go ahead and do this. So we have Rosé, Lisa, and Jisoo, and Jennie. Okay. So here's what I'll say. When it comes to contract negotiations, okay, I'm literally basing this off of what I would determine each card meaning in contract negotiations. So I'm going to jump to Jennie first. The 7 of Wands is an underdog who wants to prove themselves more than anything. So if there is one girl that wants out the most, I would definitely say that it's Jennie, just because 7 of Wands to me is an indication of I want to prove what I am capable of. That doesn't mean that she's 100% going to resign or not re-sign. It tells me that if I were to pick someone that really wants to do things on their own, it would be her. Just because the 7 of Wands is like, I need to prove myself. I want to be that girl. Jennie has aspirations which she used to not have, which is interesting. Something has lit a fire under Jennie's ass where she's like, I want to be the #1 it girl. Like, I want to prove myself. I want to, show what I'm capable of. Something has lit this like eternal flame inside of her that was not there previously. So I don't know if it's like new friendships, maybe she made friendships overseas or what it is, but there's definitely some sort of like, I want to prove what I can do. So to me, I think she's just more so along the lines of feeling frustrated at people feeling like she doesn't deserve what she has or she's not talented or anything like that. But then again, that could also translate to her wanting to like push harder in the group and steer the group in a direction and take control as a leader. So I guess it really depends which way she goes, but she definitely is the one that I would keep my eye on the most. Now, the one that I would keep my eye on the second most is Lisa. So we have the 3 of Swords here, which is about predicting heartbreak before it began, which means that Lisa is extremely unhappy with how she's been treated, and she feels like re-signing and going back into this machine is just going to get her in the same position she was previously. So for her, she's just like, I'm going to deal with the same old bullshit. I'm going to deal with the same crap. I'm going to be stuck in the same cycle. So for her, she's not hesitating for any other reason other than feeling like she's being given false promises. So that's her hesitation with re-signing. For her, the stipulation would have to be like actually in writing that you're going to let me do the things that I want to do. For me, the 3 of Swords, also because there's other people involved, that makes me feel like she was supposed to be a feature, like a rap feature on something, and it was squashed. And I think for her, she wants to go the route of like being a feature on other people's songs. Think like Nicki Minaj. When Nicki Minaj, people like go to Nicki for a verse. That's what she kind of wants to do. And I feel like she's not permitted to do that. And so there's some sort of like frustration, and that's a stipulation that she really wants. Now, the third one, in terms of like worried about re-signing, is going to be Jisoo. So Jisoo's probably the third one there, just because the 8 of Pentacles reverse, which tells me that it's not that she wants to slow down, but I think Jisoo knows who she is. She knows what she wants to do. She knows what she likes and what she doesn't like, and she's comfortable. So Eight of Pentacles is like, I don't really feel the need to overwork myself. I don't really feel the need to put a ton of time and effort into anything. I've already accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and I already know what I want to do. So if I'm not able to do what I want to do, I don't care. So for her, it's all about the legality of the contract. Am I still able to do what I want to do? Because I've already proven myself. She's very cool, calm, and collected. She's kind of just chilling. I would say out of all of the girls, Jisoo is the one that I feel like is like the most calm. I don't think she's like eager to be the best ever, but I think she knows she's good. I would say quiet confidence is how I would describe her. I think whenever I read the girls, Jisoo intrigues me the most because I just feel like she doesn't feel the need to like boast or brag or push her energy forward. She just knows she's the shit. It's like this quiet confidence. I very much like her energy. I also think, she just got confirmed to be dating someone. So I think for her, she's kind of just like, I'm juggling what I'm juggling. And if the contract makes sense, fine. If the contract doesn't make sense, it doesn't. She's just chilling. She's just like enjoying her life. I think she's the only one living in the moment. And I think she's pretty happy. I mean, obviously there are things she's going to be unhappy with. That's life. But I think for her, she's kind of like just learning about herself and very confident in what she wants and what she doesn't want. She's just like, if it makes sense, I'll sign it. And if it doesn't make sense, then I won't. Very, very simple. Now for Rosé, the Ace of Pentacles. This is where I'm kind of like, So the Ace of Pentacles can go a lot of different ways, okay? The Ace of Pentacles can be just about money. So it's like, if the money's right, I'm going to re-sign. Other times, the Ace of Pentacles are about goals. So if I'm able to reach my goals, I'm going to re-sign. The way I'm reading this, just based off of what I know about the girls and what I know from the readings that I've done, is that I see that as Rosé being like, are you going to put money behind me and my solo projects? Because if you're not, I'm not doing it. Because the Ace of Pentacles to me is very individualistic, okay? And for her, she's like, I think she's very frustrated that, because when you look at the Ace of Pentacles is about like achieving the highest amount. It's like getting money, getting status, and being able to achieve the highest amount. Like, I'm starting my journey to achieve the highest amount. And I just think for her, there's a frustration here in feeling like I'm not getting paid the amount of money I deserve. But you know how like the BLACKPINK album had a song on it that was literally a solo song for Rose? It was a solo Rosé song, and she wasn't really fully credited for that. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing her being pissed off about writing credits. The Ace of Pentacles to me is about like royalties. So it's like, am I getting the credits that I deserve? Am I getting all the money I deserve for my vocals? Am I getting the credits for all that I deserve for my writing? I think she writes a lot more than we're aware of. I also think that some things that she's writing are being given to other people and being reworked, and I don't know if she's being properly compensated, allegedly for entertainers only. To me, the Ace of Pentacles reminds me of like, it's very much like a battle for like her pen. It's like the things that she's writing and the things that she's creating are being distributed to others. And so I think you need to be careful here. Of all of the girls, the Rosé to me is the strongest writer. And I think for her, there's untapped potential with that. I'm just a little worried about them trying to force her to ghostwrite for people. Or like taking things and giving it to others. I'm just a little concerned about that. I think for her, she's on her Taylor Swift shit, where she's like, if I'm writing this and you're using my shit, you owe me money. Like, that's what it feels like to me, where she's like, I'm a songwriter, period. I think she sees herself as a songwriter before she sees herself as a singer, before she sees herself as a dancer, performer. I think she sees herself as a songwriter. I'm going to pull extra for that. Yeah, there's the Page of Swords. She's got two aces too. Ace of Wands and the Page of Swords. For her, it's just like, it's not that she hates the group. I think she loves the group. And I think for her, the Page of Swords and the Ace of Wands, I think for her, like, she has so many ideas that she wants to steer the group in direction-wise, but the sound does not always fit the group dynamic. And so for her, it's not like I want to go solo because I'm better than everyone. For her, it's like I have these ideas that I've had for years and I can't do it with the group because the sound is different. So I have to do it solo. It's almost like it's like someone else will take her career for her if she doesn't do it. You know what I mean? Like her writing will go to a different girl, like a different solo act. So Page of Swords and Ace of Wands is her being like, I want a different contract than everyone else. And I want exclusivity to certain things. I want rights to certain things. Like she's definitely like, I want to be able to produce my own things. She wants more freedom. Okay, so let's do a little bit more with Lisa. I just think Lisa has beef with one of the executives. Because it just, to me, seems like she's like, look at this. 8 of Cups is walking away permanently. To her, she's just like, am I going to... This girl's mad. Lisa's mad. She's just like, dude, why am I dealing with the same shit? I don't want to fucking resign and deal with the same shit. But she's also a team player. But there's definitely someone who, like, she doesn't really vibe with, who's like an executive. It's almost like she just doesn't... It's like she doesn't connect to them in the way that she wants. It'd be like if you went to like a vocal coach or you went to like a producer and you had this great idea and then every time your idea was shot down and now your like identity is being shaped into something it's not. That's what it feels like. She has a vision for herself. And she's not being permitted to enact that vision in the way in which she would like to. So for her, I'm really worried about her feeling like hopeless. This doesn't shock me for Jisoo. Look at this. 4 Cups. That's like apathy. But I see that as calm, cool, and collected in the Page of Wands. As long as she's able to do all her other things, she doesn't care. So Jisoo is same old, same old. Let's look at Jennie. 7 of Wands. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. That's the breaking of a contract, by the way. 6 of Pentacles reversed is the breaking of a contract. And the 5 of Cups. That's predicting the worst before it happens. So I told you that Jennie is the one to watch when it comes to breaking this contract. But I also think Jennie knows that she can go against her contract, and I think she's done it before. I think Jennie has done things that they're not supposed to do, but she knows that they're not going to come for her because they need her. And so if she does re-sign her contract, expect her to not follow it. Because 6 of Pentacles is a breaking of a contract. So once again, I would be shocked if Jennie didn't have some sort of rebellious moment, but in general, out of all of them, I'd be shocked if she re-signed. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if she does, expect her to not follow it. And if all the girls, she should have a different contract for sure. Oof. Okay. It's still a negotiation process, so this can go any way. So, all right, Moon, Knight of Wands reversed, and the 5 of Wands reversed. Why is there a lie? Deception. Where's this coming from? Deception. Avoidance. Oh. Damn. These girls are smart. So I don't know how to word this. There's a new group. Okay. The Idol Factory is always producing new groups, right? And they're always going to produce a new group that's very similar to an old group, right? And BLACKPINK is getting older, and it's been 7 years, and so they want a younger group, right? We know how this works. It's the factory. But what's interesting here is they want BLACKPINK to almost like introduce or like pull in the new group, which is weird. The Moon is like, this song was yours, but I'm giving it to them. This thing was yours, but I'm giving it to them. This thing was promised to you, but I'm giving it to them. And then I'm also seeing them like be like, are we getting tricked to like co-sign the new group? Are we getting tricked to like promote the new group? Are we going to be in the new group's things? Like, is the new group going to be in our things? Like, there's definitely some shady shit going on when it comes to the handoff. Because what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like when after school would graduate a member and then a new one would come in. It's what I'm seeing here. So I don't know if that's a direct translation or if it's just like the energy of it, but it's like passing the baton or passing of the torch. And it's like a shady way where they're trying to get the girls involved in it and they're onto it. The contract might be stricter this time around, and the girls might be like, you need to put this in, you need to put that in. Two of Pentacles is reversed, Hangman, and the Seven of Swords. There are certain things that these girls are not doing anymore. If you see these girls resign, you're going to see a different group because the four of them are in unison and are very much like, we're not doing this, we're not doing that, we're not doing this. I think all of them know that they want different things, but I have not seen a group in unison like this in a very long time. Even though they don't always agree, and even though they all want different things, the four of them are pissed at the way that they've all been treated. And so you can definitely expect the four of them to be like, we're not doing this, we're not doing that, we're not doing this. And they're in unison. I think this is why a lot of groups are more than like 3 or 4 people, because it's a little easier to get 3 or 4 people to agree than like 9 people. And I think you might see groups get larger again so that they can't do this anymore. I also think that's probably the difference between BTS and BLACKPINK, is there's less of them, so it's easier for them to band together. Yeah, look at that. 10 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. That's about them banding together. These girls are smarter than you think. And they want, I think each of them want the other one to succeed, even if they're mad. Like, even if the two girls hate each other, they still want the other one to succeed because they feel like we wouldn't be in this success bubble if it weren't for each other. And these girls were not always like this, but I think that they've bonded over trauma. Literally, they've trauma bonded to each other or some shit. I will still say, like, it's interesting because I'm a little bit worried about Jennie. I'm just a little bit worried about Jennie being tempted by certain things, but I think overall, I think they still are in unison. I feel like the only way they're re-signing is if they focus more on individual solos. I'm just going to let you know right now. The only way these girls will be re-signing their contracts is if in their contracts their solos are a bigger focus. So as much as I love this group, because I love this group together, I like them all together. I prefer all 4 of them together. But regardless, if they do resign, you should be expecting more solo stuff. At least that's what they're being promised if they resign. Because these girls, as much as they love being a group, they want their own individuality really badly. So we'll see. I mean, I would say the likeliness of them all being on the same page moving forward with their contracts, it's a little slim. It does feel a lot like the One Direction moment where one leaves and then everything goes to shit, or one doesn't re-sign or gets a different contract and everything goes to shit. But I guess we'll kind of see how this plays out. But hopefully this gave you a little bit more of an insight into their minds and why they're making the decisions they're making. I hope all 4 of them gain success because I love all 4 of them. So that's about it. Remember, these readings are all legend for entertainers only. Follow me on my socials: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Antphrodite. And join my YouTube memberships. There's a link down below. It says join. There's a button in my description if you're on mobile that says join. $5, $10, $50 tiers. You get access to exclusive videos and potential to win readings from me. So until next time, bye guys.